Wanderers, welcome to the Wondering Dutchmen Podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Love Excavating.
Today's episode is brought to you by Love Excavating. Listen, when we say that we like doing business with local companies, we mean it. Why do local companies matter? Well, local companies donate to youth sports programs. Local companies hire local folks to work for them. Local companies give when civic and nonprofit organizations ask. And we appreciate Love Excavating for doing everything they can do in the community as a local company. The next time you need demolition, land clearing, or hauling done, don't hesitate. Call Love Excavating today, a local company that is deeply ingrained in this community that we call home.
The Wondering Dutchmen Podcast.
Where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wondering Dutchmen Podcast, coming to you from a very warm and toasty Smoker's Lounge.
Why is my cursor not there?
I don't know. We're not the IT department. You're just supposed to play the song.
The Wandering Dutchmen. Yeah, yeah. The Wandering Dutchmen. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Wondering Dutchmen Podcast, coming to you from Smoker's Lounge. We are brought to you today by Love Excavating. I am Esquire, and I'm joined at the table by two handsome devils. One's wearing some athletic, sheeny pants that might have been relevant in the 1990s.
It reminds me of
Swishy.
that stand-up Eddie Murphy did when he was all in red, but Mace was all in gray.
That is true. Very gray today, and we'll start with him, the mustache with the most, the pride of Holland, Indiana. Good neighbor that helps out people when they need it.
That's right.
Zachary David Masner.
Hola.
Sitting over there in the rose-colored glasses with kind of the burnt orange on.
I like it.
Looks good. He's got a hell of a holster. Noah doesn't carry that little pea shooter he's got. It's a Leatherman holster. Got to work the grooves a little bit, get her loosened up, but he'll be ready.
That's right.
The pride of Richmond, Indiana, David Allen Smoker.
Hello, Wanderers.
And we are here in the lounge recording on an unusual Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us don't have President's Day off tomorrow.
It's Martin Luther King Day.
Everybody in this room but you.
Oh, President's Day's in February.
Yeah, tomorrow's
Shit.
Inauguration Day is what made you think of that.
Oh, yeah. Maybe not.
But on the calendar, it's Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah, totally forgot about that part. My T's and P's to forgetting that. It is Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Mm-hmm.
Fellas, what do we know? It seems like it's been forever since we sat down with old Chuck and Jimmy to hash it out. I think that was pretty good episodes.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like that was the best interviewing I ever did.
Yeah, because you spoke.
Yeah.
It was a great
It's
time.
amazing.
We had things other than sports to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I did hear from a wanderer, longtime friend and supporter of the program, Brad Merkley. He texted. He said, "Now, Smoke, you've talked lots about sports," and he made a comment. He felt like maybe you were not letting the CB talk get all the appreciation that CBs deserve.
Bradley was calling me out?
I think so. It's what Dave was telling me earlier. Yeah.
He seemed to think we had to cut CB talk short, and we shouldn't have.
Well,
So we'll next time we won't cut it short. We'll get in there. We'll really get into the handle. Little Bo Peep lost her sheep, or the shepherd lost the sheep. Go on, Bo Peep.
well, the one person out of the 500 that have consumed it in a week's time, we should take that to heart and maybe do a special edition of the podcast
For Citizens Band Radio.
for the old CB radio talk. I'm going to tell you, I found myself completely disengaged in it. I've never used a CB, don't care to use a CB. I got a perfectly good cell phone for it.
Two, actually.
Yeah, two. I'm a 2 cell phone carrier.
You should get a CB. Put it on the polar bear.
Yeah,
Get you a couple fire sticks on there.
maybe
Some corner marker
We seen a
lights.
guy this week that had like a 3/4 ton pickup, in Huntingburg that had dual fire sticks mounted on the mirrors.
Hell yeah.
And I said, look at
I want
this.
some of that. I would have put California mirrors on the Dodge.
What in the hell are California?
You know, the ones that go way out and down and over, the big California tow mirrors.
I didn't know those were California mirrors.
That's what I mean, maybe that's not what the rest of
I've
them calls
never
them.
heard of
My
that
dad
before.
always called them. You just ask the Google box now that we have it. Just search California mirrors.
Okay, I'll do that.
I mean, that's a real thing, I
Yeah.
guess.
But that's the ones that got the good sturdy mounts to put.
Oh, yeah. I'll be damned.
Looky there.
Yeah,
That's
California
right.
mirrors. That would be the dumbest thing you could ever put on that truck. Dave.
Probably too hot to touch right now.
Yeah.
The truck?
Oh,
I
California.
was going to say, I paid for it.
The mirror. The mirror.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Good grief.
I'm
He's
hot
on it.
today.
Hot it.
Man.
Love it.
I'm on. Well, here's the thing. We got back into school, and this guy, anybody that says you can call him Bruce Lee, and he's an Asian gentleman. I get more emails about random shit for the class that I just don't need in my life.
I hear you.
I'm sure he's a nice guy, super nice guy. He's entertaining. But at some point, like, it just needs to stop. Like, let me do this on
Have
my
you
own.
asked him what his karaoke song is yet? I feel like somebody that's that entertaining, that outgoing, calls himself Bruce to Americans. He's got a karaoke go to.
He probably does. I'll have to work that in some point. But we had a quiz, and to me, like, a quiz is like 10, 15 questions. You know, nothing too like
5 if they're
substantial.
really in depth.
Yeah, it turns out there was 25 concepts and about 2 to 3 questions, 2 questions at least minimum per each concept to work through.
Well, it sounds
So-
like an hour and 25 minute.
Well, we got it done in like 35 because we still probably wouldn't be recording yet if it was going to take that long. So, and then come to find out, you get 10 points for just doing the son of a bitch. So, really aggravated with that part of this
Bruce.
right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
gonna have to talk to him about it. And I'm not a big group project guy. I mean, this may sound surprising to you, gentlemen, and to listeners, but I'm not a big group project guy.
You know, but this is a group project, and I feel like we've been nailing it.
Well, like in all group projects, some carry their weight more than others.
Well, it could be. I think we do.
I definitely carry the most weight here. Literally.
That
By the way-
chair carries the most weight.
Knees do.
Somebody asked me.
That's awful. I didn't mean. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
buddy.
did.
Somebody asked me if we could do for a live entertainment weight guessing for the host of the Wondering Dutchmen podcast. If we could do like a big reveal on it, and like
What's
just
it pay?
well, I don't know. I said I'll have to run that past the boys, but I don't know if we.
It's
wanna,
not no secret. I weigh as much as the what was it? The
Petite 425.
well that and then the weight of a small compact car, I believe is what one of
I
the
Well,
wonder
we
what
found out we
happened to
were
that
less.
TikTok user.
I tell you what, skinny.
that was a
ass-
YouTube comment, wasn't
That
it?
was. Hey, speaking of YouTube comments, you see your mother get on there?
I didn't.
No.
You
my
didn't see?
my mom commented on YouTube?
Yeah.
Is that right?
You
Wow.
didn't see Linda Masoner, or is this your burner account?
Was it that what'd she say?
I don't know. I don't have it in front of me right now.
Oh.
It was a.
She texted me and she said, "You're a f***ing liar." And
Well,
I said, "What?" And she goes, "I never whipped you with a coat hanger or something like that."
Yeah, that was the comment. That was the pretty much the nature of the comment.
Yeah. Do you have to go through each individual video to see the comments per video,
Unless you're logged into our YouTube,
or is there like
go to
a
the
comment
comments.
thing? Oh, I see. Yeah.
2.5 years in, huh?
I don't do YouTube. I don't do anything. I show up and talk, baby.
Hey, you do a great job.
Mm-hmm.
We had this past week. We had the passing of Bradley Hanner,
That's
and I walked in there at Rainey Funeral Home, which they're fans of the show. Shout out to them. I think it'd be weird to run a Rainey funeral ad on the program. Nah.
Take their money just like anybody else.
Lots of people are always planning on. I mean, that's one thing you can plan on:
Yeah.
taxes and
Death.
needing. your
People are
final
dying to get
arrangements.
in there.
Oh, look at you. But it was, I saw our buddy Scout up there. He looked dapper. Brado.
What'd you think of that? What'd you think of that coat he had on?
Scout? I
Yeah,
said he looked good.
I think he looked
cleaned up
damn good
nice.
too. I think my grandma had some curtains that looked like that.
Jesus, Scout
But,
didn't deserve
It was a nice jacket. It
that.
was kind of like a checkered polyester type.
It looked good.
Nice coat. Who killed the couch?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Where'd you get that? Not Lane Bryant. That's a big woman store. Not Lane Bryant. What the hell am I thinking of here? Shit. Never mind.
We don't.
Dean Bosler's. That's what.
Oh,
That's a furniture store in Evansville, Indiana.
Dean Bosler's. Hey, if they want to come on, we'll take their money too, I guess.
Scott, I didn't see the coat, but I bet you look great.
He did. I don't give a damn what. I mean, yeah, it looked like a set of curtains, but it was a nice coat.
It was the get up too. It all looked very well. It looked very well because he had I said, man, clean up nice. He's like, yeah. And I said, yeah, you probably got to get to the old shop later. And our friends there at the Gaslight, and he said they had local boys there do kind of the Grateful Dead tribute.
Yeah, that was what I'm talking about. The Shakedown Slammers.
Yeah, because he said that. He goes, yeah, the Shakedown Slammers are going to be there. And I go, who? Who are they?
Yeah.
But they look like some photos.
When
that had a good show.
when you were there and you bumped into Scout, were they standing back in that little side room
Oh, yeah.
on the off side of the
Yeah.
casket there?
Yeah,
Now, did you recognize that great big bastard in there?
Ben Whistle.
Ben Whistle. I tell you, I haven't seen that guy forever, but he is a fucking giant.
Yeah,
I don't know if he listens or not, but that's a big
Heard you guys
dude.
talk about him before. He's a football player or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was really good
I think he
football
was.
No, I went to high school with some whistles, but it's Wissel, not
That's how
whistle
this
like
guy's
that.
is, too.
Yeah.
It's not a whistle.
He had another brother too.
Did he?
I think so.
I'm not sure. I just remember Ben. He was a big guy.
I thought he had a brother that was either younger or older.
Yeah.
Because I
Normally
don't.
that's the case unless it's a twin. I'd say 90% of the time it's either older or younger.
That's a very good point there, dude.
Shit.
We watched a little Raider basketball on.
Yeah, man.
yesterday.
What a barn burner. Damn.
Wyatt left early. Said it was boring.
Yeah, well, Wyatt's stupid because that was not a boring game.
Did
That
he
was
really say it was boring?
I could not see how
He
Wyatt
said he
thought it
wasn't having fun because Wes was a little upset that he couldn't stick around, but they left at halftime.
Was it
It
curfew
was
time, or-
17-17 at halftime. Like it was an absolute defensive shoot.
No, they got home earlier than I expected. Like, I
Defensive
was like,
shoot.
what
It was,
happened? And Weston's like, who can stay? Wyatt wanted to leave.
Oh,
It was a damn good game. Princeton's really good.
They got a couple pretty good athletes. there.
We're
match up
really
pretty well.
good. Now if
They got a turf baseball field too, I hear.
really
Yeah, they do. We talked
Can't
about
wear
that
your
today.
steel spikes there or
Yeah.
whatever.
We had our parent meeting for middle school baseball.
if
I didn't
If Tate
realize that
Whitehead-
the coach was the same husband of I don't know names real well, but I just put that together today.
Oh, Kyle?
Yeah.
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 Kyle and Kendall.
Yep.
They are, yeah. married.
Kyle's what
It's real weird.
Kyle Stuckey
is what
is
the
married
coach
to.
of coach what?
He coaches middle school baseball.
Oh, with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
I didn't know that, but there's been a Kyle Stuckey, probably him, being suggested as a friend, like a person I may know on Facebook
Oh, yeah,
for
you should
probably
add him.
4 years.
Big
But I'm like,
Kyle.
I don't know who this guy is.
You know, actually,
He's
you
an
and,
animal.
you and Kyle would be great because both of you sober wouldn't say 10 words to each other.
Implants.
Yeah. And then if you guys had a few beers, Kyle's a Coors Light man. Next thing you know, you guys would get along because of the numbers thing. Guy's a number guru.
I like it.
Yeah, I know you like numbers.
Yeah.
They get
He's
you
a VU
outside to
guy
meet.
too.
Really?
What? Yeah, it's right there. Proof's in the pudding.
I'll be
Played a little
damned.
baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Little baseball there.
Good kid.
He's a financial advisor.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, numbers guy.
yeah. That's what number guys.
I need to pick his brain about a few things.
Yeah, me too. I was just thinking the same thing. Maybe me and my bride could hit him up. a little
Yeah, he's good with numbers. Not good with taking the old trash bin out on Tuesde, but that's
or shoveling mulch, doing landscaping.
yeah. We don't need to talk about that.
Lazy piece of shit.
Oh, come on.
You remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was fired up about that. Fired up about that. Random Strays. Friend of the program, Andy McHugh, is going to listen to this, and then he'll rat us out to all sides. So that'll be all right. But
Fine.
big
That'll be
fella,
all right.
what you got for the
Well,
first topic?
We had a little bit. I like that new intro. It was kind of a different intro, and I like it because we didn't really get to talk about what was going on or what we did. But
Save something for Friday.
yeah, we didn't really have anything going on really. So
That's right.
anyway, my topic today is called "No Diet Coke." The fuck?
Oh, I thought that was frequently asked questions.
No,
To frequently used question.
no. It says "No Diet Coke." The fuck? That's what it is.
No,
You know what I mean?
I can read. I just
Yeah.
wanted to try to. Yep,
Yeah.
go ahead.
You know how many people just went, of course he's getting Diet Coke.
Yeah, right. Well, no Diet Coke.
I need 2 Big Macs, 20-piecer with some hot mustard, sweet and sour, and a Diet Coke.
Yeah, well, sorry, we don't have any. The fuck? Did you see that TikTok trend?
No.
It was around Thanksgiving time. The fuck?
Speaking of TikTok, it was gone for like 3 hours till President-elect Trump got it back for us. I
Yeah, he
read.
did.
Like last night, I was like, sorry, your
He went to
government
work.
shut it down.
He
And
went
then
to
this
work.
morning, it was like, thanks to President Trump, we're back.
He literally
Like,
said that.
that's exactly what it said. I'm like, I'll be goddamn.
We live in wild times. We live in wild times.
No, so I went to lunch one day last week, and we went to a place in Huntingburg. I'll just say it. It's a Subway, Huntingburg Subway.
Oh, yeah. They ought to have a diet something.
Right. So go through the line. Another friend of mine didn't need anything that day, so he didn't go in. And I come back out, and he's like, "What's wrong, man? You seem pissed." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am, real pissed." And he's like, "Okay, what's going on?" And I said, "There's no Diet Coke on the fountain machine anymore."
Oh, they got.
Oh, they
rid
weren't
of it.
out.
They
just
they swapped to Pepsi products.
Ooh, I love Diet
At
Pepsi.
Subway.
Yes, they swapped to Pepsi products.
Good for them.
Wow.
So continue. What was the statement that you just said?
Pepsi products.
Good for them.
And then before that, you said, "I love what?
Pepsi?
What kind?"
Diet?
Yeah, it's not on there either.
Oh, just leaded.
And I thought I had to look at it again, and I'm like, "What the?" You know, and that's and
The
then-
fuck?
the fuck, you know. And I said, "Did you?" I asked the girls working behind the sandwich artistry area. I said, "Did you guys get a new fountain machine?" And the one was like, "Yeah, we actually switched to Pepsi products."
I'm surprised by that.
And I said, "Really?" And she said, "Yeah, it was just a week ago or so because I hadn't been in a while." And I said, "Well, I find it really strange that there's no diet soda at all."
To which she says, I find it really strange that it bothers you.
No, David, for the second time, she didn't say that. She said, "Yeah, well, the sales rep for Pepsi said that Pepsi Zero
Oh, I do like that.
Pepsi Zero is good.
sells more than Diet Pepsi, so they decided to go with the Pepsi Zero in place of the Diet Pepsi."
Good call.
But then, so it has Pepsi and Pepsi Zero, lemonade,
Okay.
Starry.
Okay.
Which used to be Squirt, right?
No,
Sierra
it used to be
Mist.
Sierra
Oh,
Mist.
similar.
Oh, squirt. on you.
Squirt.
I do like Squirt. It's it's a grapefruit soda though. Squirt is a grapefruit soda where lemon and lime, it was just like Starry, Sierra Mist or Sprite.
And when you have a squirt, you really enjoy the refreshing taste of it.
I
Right.
love the taste
Right.
of Squirt.
Yeah.
Like, I just love it. It's got its own unique taste, and
Sometimes it's hard to find and attain a squirt, but
when
When you
you
do.
get the Squirt and you
Yeah.
get to taste it, like when you can find it, that is, I'm telling you,
it is.
it's
good.
very good. So, Dr. Pepper
Mm-hmm.
and regular Mountain Dew.
They don't even have Diet Mountain Dew.
No, that's what I'm saying. There was no diet drink on this fountain machine.
Listen, I'm 60% through an MBA. I think that's a bad operational decision there.
So
Yeah.
Not to criticize one's business,
now,
but
when I voiced my
displeasure.
not like I didn't full blown.
Motherfuck them.
Yeah, I just said this is wild. Like, I can't believe that there's no diet options. And not only from like me just liking diet soda, but like from like the diabetic aspect
Yeah.
or somebody that
I think
has
a Pepsi Zero would satisfy.
it's 100%. Yes. I mean, they can, because it's a zero thing, but it's like if you wanted a diet
Now they have
bottle option,
historically.
That's where they're trying to upsell you.
everything is in a bottle. So if you wanted a diet Pepsi, if you wanted a diet Dew, if you wanted a diet Dr. Pepper, they're all in a bottle option.
And they charge more for that.
And
But I
Subway
like the
has
fountain.
historically not made great marketing choices.
Well, yeah.
Jared Fogle.
Right.
You know, he gets out of prison soon, too.
yeah, he's
Weird.
coming out. Yeah. But
I wonder what
All
he
the
does
people
when
he
he
was
gets
into
out.
will be of age now.
Yeah.
I
true.
said to the girl, I'm not a big fan of this new fountain machine. And she goes, it's the Pepsi Zero, isn't it? And I said, yeah, that's exactly what it is. I said, I can't believe that there's no Diet Pepsi on there. And she said, well, and then that's when she went into telling me that the sales rep from the Pepsi supplier was telling them the difference in sales between Zero and Diet. And I said, well, that doesn't make any sense. She said, yeah, you're about the 900th person to comment on it.
Oh,
that did-
What's that
that-
car wax they sell you on when you buy a new vehicle? Like
Simonize or
That's
whatever the shit.
Simonize.
Yeah, same guy. Yeah.
That's it.
well, but why does he think that? Because I like a Diet Pepsi because of the burn that you get.
Yeah.
There's that little bit of burn
It's
makes
the-
you feel something.
It's the diet. Like me, I've always grown up drinking Diet Coke.
yeah.
I mean, just because my parents had it. My
We
grandma
drink Tab.
my grandma drank Diet Right. I drank, my grandma drank Diet Right. We drank Diet Coke at home. Every now and then you'd find a Diet Pepsi in my grandparents' fridge if it was on sale, cheaper than Diet Right, if they were running a deal or whatever. But I just always have been a diet soda guy, and it doesn't matter if it's Coke or Pepsi. It's as long as it's that diet.
Now, see, I don't like DC. I do like Diet Pepsi. Don't like Diet Coke.
I absolutely despised Diet Mountain Dew until recently.
You threw an L in there.
What?
Diet?
Diet Mountain Dew?
No. If you listen to this when we play it, you said Diet.
Shut the up.
Okay, you always call him out on his extra letters.
I'm not going to say a word. I tell you what, unrelated to Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, I've been buying the Mexican Cokes
Yeah.
from Sam's Club.
Yep. Cesar
I love them.
Cesar and so another younger kid that works with us is he's kind of on he's not a health nut because he eats like shit, just like we all do.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I do believe he went on a nine working day stretch of eating chicken on the beach from a local restaurant 9 days in a row.
You get that fajita style?
Really?
Mm-mm. I don't ever. But
I do, but if you do that, I could do that for 9 days.
the warden does too. She gets it, and sometimes instead of doing the, or no, I don't. She always did it on the beach, but like my parents or my mom,
She did, huh?
She would do it. No, I don't think we. No, you get sand and things and whatever, but the nacho style.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Now, does that
nacho
replace
style.
rice
Like-
for nachos, or
Yeah.
does that just put...
yeah. So if you
Oh,
get
you
like
get on the chips.
grilled chicken, was it grilled chicken nachos fajita style?
Mm.
Yeah. But the Mexican Coke, but yeah, he was saying that I'm not really that big of a soda guy because of like all the fake shit in it. And then I was like, oh, you should drink Mexican Coke. It's pure like
Now, if RFK Jr. gets his wish, that they're going to replace that.
Holy shit! Did you guys see where they
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
banned
red-
Red 3 or 5
yeah,
or whatever?
Red Dye 3?
Yeah. But yeah, so
Gatorade's not on the list.
so he was
Must be on
saying that I think she
Sweet
might got
fruit berry
some
wine.
fucking dog hair on her lid there, but that'll never hurt nobody.
Makes it easier to find. There's a little hair on it.
They sell it at More for Less too.
Yeah, I buy it in bulk.
They have Mexican Coke at More for Less in the glass bottles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Oh,
cool,
yeah.
too.
Because the kids get all wild and
sure.
do hood rat shit and they
Yeah.
throw them up against
God,
the
I
house.
love hood rat shit.
I know you do, buddy.
I'm working on it.
I know you do.
We don't drink like if we have soda at home. It's usually just like stuff that the warden will buy in the mini cans because our kids are wasteful as shit, and they'll like open 50 of them and then just let them sit.
Now, you know Wyatt will not drink a soda pop. Every once in a blue moon, you might talk him into having a sip of a root beer.
So
but he will not
Eleanor
drink.
got that. That's what
soft
Eleanor
drinks.
got at the restaurant last night was a root beer. Max is like, I'll just take a sweet tea. And Eleanor's like, do you have root beer?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, baby.
Where'd you eat at?
Fried?
Oh, yeah? How was it?
Good.
Was it?
Man, it's good. You ever go there much?
I've never been to fried. Been to chopped twice. But
Yeah.
never been to fried.
Man, the fried is good. Their wings, they're buffalo. I got boneless. Me and Eleanor did.
Yeah.
They were freaking huge. Like they were giant.
Like half a breast.
Like I mean, probably not far off. It was big. I only got 10, and I only ate like
Buffalo chicken titties.
I think I only ate 6. Eleanor ordered 5. She probably ate 4 out of the 5. She was pretty hungry though. She didn't eat any of her fries. I like their fries too because they're like a steak fry, but then they're like scooped. They literally look like scoops, like Fritos scoops you get.
Okay.
But it's like a tater wedge in that.
So what do you reckon? You just
Scoop.
waller them out of there with a spoon and then throw
I
them
don't
in
know
the
how they get
fryer?
them to curl like that.
Sooner or later there'd be a ball. Do they got a potato ball option?
No,
But damn.
that's just what their fries look like, and they're really good.
Huh, I've never eaten there.
And then, are you kidding me?
yeah, I'm
not kidding
you.
We should go there sometime because then they have like 19 different seasonings you can do on your fries. Like that's the whole.
I like salt and pepper.
Well, they do like signature salt, jalapeno salt, this salt, that salt, blah 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 blah. Like they got like this whole.
I feel like
ass
that's
list.
bad for your blood pressure.
Well, I mean, whatever.
What are you worried about?
As
blood
we're
pressure?
My blood
drinking beer
pressure is pretty good.
because you take medicine.
Not for blood pressure, do I? Cholesterol
Oh,
and anxiety.
oh, never
Heartburn.
guessed that. Yep, probably.
And low T.
Yeah,
Me too.
yeah.
Plus blood pressure. Swap your blood pressure for my for
Heartburn.
cholesterol. I don't
Oh,
take
you got
cholesterol.
good cholesterol.
Yeah.
Huh? That a boy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the difference in diet drinks. I don't drink diet drinks. I drink light beer and
Water. And
black coffee. God, I love black coffee.
I do too.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, it's not that big a deal. You know, like I kind of made, I really
Well, it
churched.
kind of is. We just talked about
I
it.
churched.
It is if
I
you get
churched-
into the
I church. That's what I mean. I kind of threw that on the end of it, but it just kind of struck me as odd. Like, even though it's not Coke products, it's not the end of the world.
I wonder why they went away from Coke.
I don't know either. I'm sure it's just something, marketing,
Switch it
whatever.
up.
Yeah, but the thing I didn't understand is why they didn't have a diet option on the fountain, and that was the kind of threw me for an odd loop because I don't think I've ever seen.
And that poor girl that's had to answer the question.
Yeah,
You think they just write it on a note card and put it on there? Sorry, the Pepsi guy said you didn't want it.
Yeah.
And they put his number, Daryl.
there was a sign
love
on the
that
door that said, "Any customer complaints, call Raj." And my father-in-law called me and he said, "Hey, somebody must have pissed off your boy up here." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, there's a big old sign." He goes, "It's in like 60 font. There's like 4 words on this piece of paper. Any customer complaints, call Raj."
Which one is this? Which gas?
Marathon, the old Swifty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cross.
So
from Casey's,
Gary knows. No.
Oh no, cross from Dairy Queen.
Yeah. Gary, this guy up there knows Gary. They're buds. Like yeah. So it's a network. Yeah.
And you're in it?
No, I'm not. I don't go in there now a couple guys on the crew, they go there every day because it's the cheapest big swig in town. You can get like 40, what are those, 44 ounces? Those
Oh yeah, lots of styrofoam.
The
You get
biggest-
at least 3 sea turtles with that thing.
the biggest big swig in town for like $1.89.
I remember when it used to be.
Gotta find that
79
value.
cents
Huh? Yeah.
back in my day.
Old Dirty Hucks, they'll run a deal every now and then. You can get them for cheap.
Them big swigs.
But Hucks gives me kind of the, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Anyway, yeah. So, I mean, it's not the big deal about the Coke deal, but it just kind of
No, I get it.
threw me off. What are you thinking about?
Shots. Everybody. Shots.
Yeah.
I had a random thought while I was driving to work, and I was thinking about the alcoholic beverages I used to partake in.
Yeah.
Beer guy, bourbon guy, vodka and a little fruit juice every once in a while. But I was thinking about that time in college and law school where you would go to the bar, you'd be celebrating something, and next thing you know, you're taking like a kamikaze shot or liquid cocaine or a redheaded lady of the night, different things like that.
Now, it was actually like redheaded slut, right?
Yeah, I just didn't want to say it.
Okay.
I was trying to.
What about a Jedi mind trip?
Never have. But you remember the ones like the Four Horsemen, Cement Makers,
Oh, those ones.
Cement mixer.
Mixer.
Yeah.
That's actually one I was thinking of.
What about the
Talking
one
this.
Justine took on her birthday called the Dead Bird?
Ugh.
God damn. You know what that was?
No.
Jägermeister as a base.
That's what the redheaded
Shot-
lady of the night
Shot a
had.
wild turkey on top of it.
Oof.
You lay that turkey on top, and then you take a dropper. They took a dropper and put a little drop of milk in the middle of it. And that as soon as that milk hit the bourbon, it like instantly curdled.
Yeah.
So it looked like a dead embryo in that Jaeger. God, it was gross.
We should do Jaeger bombs again.
No, we
Nope.
shouldn't.
On
But
my
I was
birthday,
just-
we will.
I was just thinking about those shots and how
Yeah.
irresponsible that it was.
Next time we talk about Jaeger bombs, ask the warden to see the palm of her hand.
10-4.
Yeah.
Did she have a tough one night?
Yeah, she put it through a glass screen door.
Probably deserved it. The screen door.
Yeah.
So here we go. The Alabama Slammer,
Ooh.
Amaretto Orange Juice, Slow Gin, and Southern Comfort.
Slow gin.
Portland, Oregon, and a slow gin fizz.
My grandma used to eat. Did I tell you that? Grandma used to eat slow gin raisins.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a few on here I've never heard of.
Washington apple.
Yeah, that's another
That
one.
was a really good one. Apple pucker with a.
Well, then you got just a standard old blowjob shot, ain't you? And there wasn't like a
Yeah.
blowjob shot.
Yeah, but that's the one with like whipped cream on top, right? And you got to go down on the bar and
Yeah, go get it.
suck her down there.
Flaming Dr. Peppers.
Oh, that was a
Heard of
gaslight thing. That was a huge gaslight.
we
thing.
did those one night at the house, and it was
Did you catch it on fire?
nope.
Now, guys, you probably have never had my favorite shot here.
What is it?
Have they mentioned it? The goddamn rattlesnakes from JR's.
Oh well, the rattlesnakes from that. See, that was
Same
like
as the rattlesnakes from
the overtime. Everybody had their own little spin on it. Ours was, did they keep it in the fridge in a jug?
Oh,
Yeah. So Angie would make it at the overtime. Remember, she keep it in them Dailies jugs
Yep.
and keep it in there, or a big pitcher and shit.
I got the recipe for it, and it was a work. My bride, my beautiful bride, she screenshotted it for me. It was only on the internet for like 3 minutes, and she gave it to me, and I don't know why, but I still have it. But you can only make it like a gallon at a time, and I'm
Yeah.
telling you what you don't need: a gallon of rattlesnake.
Now,
Yeah.
friend of the program, Craig Atkins, he makes he'll get these wild hairs and make these little. He calls them holiday drinks. Like he made what do you make? He made
Christmas punch.
something like But this year he did like cranberry moonshine or something or something. It was something shine. I almost think it was cranberries, and he like cooked it on the stove and then jarred it up into quart jars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just give it out and shit like that. But if
You
I
need to sit on one of these.
that would be a good.
Craig, you need to sit on one of these. You're not inviting yourself. You're not overstepping your welcome. Just come.
He's
sit.
pretty worried about that shit. Tequila poppers. I absolutely love tequila
There's
poppers.
a bottle of tequila up there.
We did, me and Audrey, and Kathy Tabor.
Back into it. We got kamikazes,
Oh, yeah.
lemon drop shots,
Mm.
melon balls. What did Gaslight does? Like, what are they? Scooby snacks?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
up there.
But, going
Mind
back,
erasers.
your damn, see, that would be like the Jedi mind trip thing.
Mm.
We had Jedi mind trips at Kirkwood's, or Kilroy's on Kirkwood one night. Me and A-Hole and a bunch of them. I was like, A-Hole come back with like 4 shots, and he's like, here, take one of these. I'm like, what the man? I don't do shots. He's like, no, take it. Seriously, it's called a Jedi mind trip.
Now, see, my thing
You're
is
the
I
most
could never
childish
take-
person I've ever met. You're buying Jedi mind trips.
Yeah.
I could never take shots of anything other than just a straight up shot of Jaeger or the rattlesnakes. But like, I feel like I probably drink more than the average bear. Like
No, Dave.
I've had a few.
No, you're right in line
But-
with.
and even when I was drinking, I used to be a heavy whiskey drinker,
Yeah.
and it would be, Bob called it the old smoker swirl. You fill it, you put some ice in, you fill it all the way with the wild turkey, and then you put just a squirt of Coke in there, and you just give it a shake. Now I could drink it like that, but I couldn't take a shot. Like the burn, I've got a real sensitive gag reflex. Like thinking of brushing my teeth makes me want to barf.
I bet you do, big boy.
If I take something like a shot of something that burns a little bit, like I'm yarfing right away. But those rattlesnakes, yeah, I cannot take shot like straight liquor type of shots. If I take a shot, as soon as it hits my gullet, it comes back.
I will make a bold statement, but I never minded those cement mixers.
Oh God,
I never minded them.
that definitely made
So
me barf.
Bailey's, that was Bailey's
and then
lime
some
juice.
lime juice. Yeah,
Because as soon as the acid of the
citric
lime
acid, yeah.
would cause the Bailey's to curdle. I always kind of liked it. Like I would let it sit before I shot it.
You're weird, dude.
I
my
know.
problem is I always took them real quick, trying to get it. Like I think that was my problem. Like, so I'd shoot it real quick as soon as it was put together, but
Yeah.
then like I didn't want to swallow it, so it'd like sit on the back of my Courage hangy ball and go around the outside of it, and I was like,
You know, so I said tequila poppers, but did you know what a tequila popper was?
No.
You take it's a shot of tequila, but they use these real tall shots.
the double shot.
The skinny, but they were skinny.
Yeah.
And then you put like
Petite.
some sort of carbonated soda on top. We always used Mountain Dew because that's what Audie and Kathy always wanted
Yeah.
to do. And then you would take your hand over top of it, and then you would pop it on a table and then bang it like that. And that it would just get it all mixied up. And
Fizzy.
It was, yeah, fizzy. It was good.
Ooh, nice.
But back to the flaming Dr. Peppers you mentioned earlier.
Mhm. You never caught him on fire.
Yeah,
It
hell
was
yeah.
just a doctor.
He said he never caught anything on fire. Like he never
Oh,
oh shit, I'm gonna spill it and then it's gonna just take 101 and catch everything on fire. But the overtime never had. They never had 101.
Well, really?
So we would always have to go for they were like, hey dude, you want to go do Dr. Peppers? And we're like, yeah, let's do it. So we would walk from the overtime down to the Gaslight, and they would have 101 down there. So
Yeah.
we would do that. And
Now this is.
It was
I'm starting
good.
to put this together. I've heard you mention lots of times about how many times you'd make the trip from
the overtime.
the overtime to the Gaslight and back, and I'm like, well, why would you leave one to go back? And that's why.
Different crowd.
Really?
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Different crowd.
Different crowd. It would.
Overtime was 150,000% me and Justine and a bunch of my friends' home base. That's where we were because Couch Guy's family owned it.
Yeah, I knew
So
that.
so
we don't
I-
know who Couch Guy is anymore.
Yeah, well now
Nobody
they,
does.
Well, they can put one and two.
Well, that
three.
Well,
Couch
we
Guy's right
bleeped
there.
it out.
doing
yeah,
what
he's in
Couch
there
Guy's.
licking his nuts, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. I wish I could do that. That's wild.
Would you though?
No,
Oh my God, Couch Guy, get out of there!
but so
Man,
that was
he's
that
really into
he's
something.
in it. That was our home base. So
Yeah.
we was
Justine, I've never seen him do that.
we would always go. She has that effect.
Hey,
okay.
Justine, just go ahead and put your hand on Couch Guy's shoulder. Over
Dre. Get out of there now.
You guys watching?
Oh, what are you talking about?
there. You guys talking about me? I'll
You
come over here.
looking at my notes over here. But we would always go to there, and then either the overtime, if there wasn't anybody there, you could kick it down to Gaslight and see what was popping there, and then once the Gaslight and the overtime would close, 99.99% of the time, Ron's was always open.
No,
Yeah.
I've been to Ron. As far as a bar in Huntingburg, I've been to Ron's more. I've been to Gaslight, but never as a bar. Like I've always
Okay.
been there as a restaurant
Right.
for the most part.
Right.
Here's another
I
one.
really like Ron's.
Prairie Fire, little shot of tequila with a little bit of
Tabasco.
Tabasco.
God,
Yuck. Red Snapper.
Mm.
There's the old snake bite. Powerful both in alcohol
Snake bites
content.
tequila. Rattlesnake's different.
Wait, rattlesnake was the one that you're talking about.
Have you ever had a prairie dog or prairie fire?
Yeah.
Have you prairie dog?
prairie.
Yeah, I'm prairie dogging right now.
Here's your tequila slammer. Comes in at number
There you
48.
go, tequila slammer. That's right.
You'll top a shot of tequila with ginger ale or citrus soda, which would be your Mountain Dew.
Sprite, or yeah,
Or squirt if you had squirt.
or squirt.
Squirt
if you had a
works.
squirt around.
Squirt would work.
Wolf bite. That sounds
Wolf
intriguing.
bite.
Yeah. But the shot game I think changes as you get older.
I don't think people do it much anymore.
You get me a shot of Fireball. Well, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
Fireball's changed a lot of that.
Yeah, you're
Or
right.
a good old thing of Dr. McGillicuddy's.
Oh my God! Every freaking time, man. I wouldn't begin to think about how many fifths of that shit.
The
That
warden
the-
really likes
I've never-
to pick up the butterscotch shooters.
See, I
Buttery
wasn't-
nipples.
I was a buttery nipple guy too, but I really, really liked just a plain ass mint. Now my brother, Moo Moo, Mr.
Yeah.
Cody, he's pretty much a sucker for the.
Now I can't take shots of
menthol.
Fireball for some reason, and I can't.
It's got to be
unless
cold.
I'm in the mood.
It's got to be
But
cold.
there's been a couple times I've been in the mood. There went Bojangles. God, he's been chewing on something in the corner all day over there. I've been trying to shoot him.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, anytime I get into the Fireball shooters, and I don't say, hey, I want a shot of Fireball, but little
airplane bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can either do half of one or 12. No middle.
I can
I tell
definitely-
you-
I'm going to go ahead and say it. I had a bad experience. We went to Ross-Ade for the IU Purdue football game. Was it IU Purdue? Yeah. And I spent a lot of time at Purdue University, but never around campus.
Oh, you went there but never got a degree.
Mhm.
Oh, that's cool. There's two
Now,
of you.
I gave quite the tour on our tram ride
Fuck
from the
Purdue.
parking lot to Ross-Ade, telling everybody about all the stuff that they could see. I was just making it up as I went. Had a hell of a time. But once we got to our seats, I felt a rumbling in my tummy, boys.
You puked in the stands?
No, I tried to go to the bathroom, and I couldn't make it. So I got to the top of the stairs, and I did the count. You know, remember the count from Sesame Street?
1.
I pulled my jacket up. And then I'd look around, and there's somebody sitting right here, and I was looking at him, waiting for eye contact, and they never looked up. And then, like 30 minutes later, Jenna comes in. She's like, "Oh my god, some puked all over the steps." And I was like, and she went, "Are you kidding me?" And I was like, "No." It was bad. But it was a good time.
I have often found pleasure in buying shots for like
Strangers.
strangers or like people
Nuns?
like people that are like 21, like going on your 21st birthday,
Yeah.
Buy a shot for a
That's
kid or whatever
traditionally-
like that. Just because of, there was a lot of times where they hadn't quite been around the rope as much as we had, and they're thinking, oh yeah,
I've not spent much time around the rope.
we'll have a shot of Scooby snacks or whatever like that, and they're like, yeah, the you are. Round them up, boys. Let's get a shot of wild turkey or give him, give him one of them prairie fires or whatever the hell,
We did.
Oh goodness.
The one that probably sent me over the edge was when the Four Horsemen.
Oh man.
That's
Jim, Jack,
Johnny.
Jose, and
Johnny Walker.
but
Yes.
Johnny. I know Johnny Walker's was.
Jim, Jack, Johnny, and Jose.
Is that right?
3 whiskeys and then the tequilas.
yeah.
Four horses.
Well, now Johnny Walker is not a whiskey.
It's a Scotch whiskey.
Okay.
It's from the whiskey family.
Okay.
No,
We got to drink that bottle. We got to.
We do.
Let's tear into it tonight. You look
Glenn-
awful sick. You shouldn't go to work tomorrow.
Glenn Fittich.
I'm gonna make it to work tomorrow.
That's fine. You're
No,
good to
I
go.
was thinking about it. You have those strolls down memory lane, and that's why it came up, because if somebody walked into the bar with me and was like, "Hey, we're gonna do some redheaded ladies of the night," I would probably slap them off their bar stool. But if you throw like, "Hey, we're gonna do Fireball all in, McGillicuddy's all in,"
Yeah.
when we'd go on canoe trip, we would take a peppermint schnapps. I don't know what variety of it. But we'd call that mouthwash. So we'd stand around the fire and pass it around. That's how you got the morning. That's how you got your day started while you're standing on the fire.
Did you drink Rumpelmans ever?
Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
Did you drink Aftershock?
yep,
Do you remember Aftershock?
That's the cinnamon stuff, right?
yep.
Well, no, it's peppermint. No, Aftershock. No, it is Nope, cinnamon. Yep, you're right. What the hell's Rumpelmans?
I think you're
Rumpelmans-
probably thinking of Goldschlager.
Rumpelmans is peppermint schnapps.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Whereas McGillicuddy's is menthol. Like menthol mint.
Mentholated.
Yeah.
Now I did like Goldschlager though. That was good.
We
Well,
always
because you thought that was real gold, probably,
Yeah.
Dave.
No, it's just the taste of it.
Hey, there's a freaking shot. Starry Night.
Yep.
You ever had a Starry Night?
Goldschlager and Jaeger.
Jaeger. Yeah.
That's terrible.
I did like that.
Jaeger makes my toes just.
I could get
curl.
into that.
I can't feel my toes right now.
I think the truth to taking a shot. I don't know where I found this, but this is my strategy on all of them.
You got to breathe through your nose.
You take it down, and then you do the inhale, take the shot, and then you just exhale it.
Now, see, the
'Cause you don't
problem
get that.
is like I had a buddy, Dan Smith, no relation to anybody around here that may or may not have that name. Died too young, but like he could.
Oh, there's that different one that
that wasn't the fat man, was it?
Nope. Dan was not the fat man. Oddly enough, his nickname, what he went by in our crew, was the Hammer.
Okay.
But he was a beer chugger.
Oh.
And he had this weird thing, and to the day he died, he'd tell you it wasn't gay. And that's fine if it would have been.
He could
because we
open
don't
his
care.
throat.
Yeah, and like he could take down like a pitcher of beer.
I got a buddy like that.
But
He
like,
is a machine.
like I process, like for me to be able to take a
I used to be
swig
pretty
of
good at
something and swallow, like I feel like I've got to like compress it through my courage, hangy ball, and tonsils first. You know what I mean? Like it can't go straight down the
I can
third time that mouse. We're gonna need.
I could shotgun beers like out of the hole, like the keyhole.
No, I can do that.
I
but
can shotgun really fast.
I can't do it real fast.
And I can chug beer out of a cup really fast.
Go ahead, do it. For
But
the
I
camera.
didn't know.
Let's see what you
I'll
can do.
spill it now. I'm
Oh,
almost
okay.
40 years old. But there was a guy that would take a straw
Oh, for the carb.
for the bottle for the carb,
Put it out the outside.
and that oh boy, he could chug them pretty fast too.
Yeah, that's pretty
No
impressive.
glug glug at that.
I like shots.
Hey, all that shot talking doesn't make me want to take shots, but wants me to take a quick pause for the cause. This pause for the cause is brought to you by Love Excavating. Have big plans in 2025 for constructing a new home, a garage, or that shop you've always wanted? Is your potential build site less than ready for that building? Well, the good news is Love Excavating can handle it. Just earlier in December, Love Excavating was in action preparing a future home site just off Highway 64 by the Holland Junction. Love Excavating is your go-to when it comes to land clearing, site prep, and then any hauling that needs to be done. Trust the professionals with the experience at Love Excavating for your next building site. And we're back, Brother Dave.
All right, guys. This is a little bit removed now. But I don't have a wonder as much as I have a complaint this week.
Go ahead.
Electronic stability control can suck my ass. Now, I don't know. Now, Mace may fight with this, and Brother Casey, don't take this as a stab. You're one of the fortunate ones, and the polar bear probably doesn't have this. But I'm fortunate enough that I needed a new truck, and a new truck was about the same as a used truck. So I have a 2016 Ram.
Yeah, you're living high on the hog up here at Smoker Hill. I've always said it.
Now, this 2016 Ram has let me down a few times because the old Ram, the old Dodge Ram, like it didn't care. Both tires was spinning, and we was hitting the Erpums on the red end of the gauge. We could just burn tires and do donuts. And I've got traction control, and you can't turn it off. You hit the button to turn it off, but it only actually works in 4 low. Now, it normally doesn't matter, okay? But you get to a time like the winter of 2024/5, and high on the hill, we got a relatively steep driveway. It ain't real long, but it's got a steep section. And the missus, she'll bring her van, and she's got this magnificent ability to just put the thing to the wood and drive that van just a swirling and sliding all over, and she just tops the hill every time.
That reminds me of Janelle when she used to have her red car.
Oh, the
And
Equinox.
she'd back that down into my driveway, and all of a sudden you just hear like Justine's like, what's going on out there?
That's Janelle trying to
And
get up the
I'm trying to
driveway.
go look out the window, and it's like, oh, it's just Janelle. She's trying to get up the lane.
Well, the other day I tried to get my driveway, and I'm thinking, well, I got these 331250 ATs. I don't need to put it in 4-wheel drive because I like to stop to put it in 4-wheel drive. You don't have to, but I feel like it's better. So I just went up the driveway, and I got a good start at it, and I got probably 2/3 of the way up the driveway, and I started a slipping and a sliding, and then the little traction control light started flashing.
It's the car with the squirrely
And that's
wheels.
when it starts doing this, and it starts hitting the brakes because it doesn't think that I know how to compensate for this sort of action. So I just said to hell with that, and I pushed the accelerator down to the floor. And then I got an ESC alarm, okay? That's electronic stability control. And that pissed me off more because I'm nearing the crest of the hill. And I'm trying to get over the hump there, you know, and I'm home free. And I got this real bad trait, all right? Like I'm pretty level-headed till I'm not. And then all logical thinking goes out the window, and it's just caveman smash with club, you know. So I just and I put it to the floor, and I got the pedal to the floor, and my RPMs are like, you know, they were up here somewhere. And then it goes down to 900 and stays there. And I just roll slowly back down the hill.
With your foot on the mat.
All the way down.
Oh, boy.
So I put it in 4-wheel drive and I climbed back up the hill. No big deal. Well, then we moved forward about 2 or 3 days. We had a real bad cold spell, okay? And I back the truck out of the driveway and I start to pull forward and it's just spinning. Okay, well, I better stop. And I put it in 4 high and I started going and it was all ice. And so I hit the brakes slightly and the damn truck's sliding. And it's sliding right towards Wyatt's truck. So I put it in reverse. And then I mash her down because I'm either going to hit his truck or I'm going to hit the shop. And I'm still going forward. So I put it in reverse. We got all 4 in the R gear. And we start backing up. And at first, you're going to slide quick. When the tires are spinning slow, you're going to slide faster. We started sliding faster towards the shop in the truck. And then I get all the lights going off. And my trucks tell me, hey, Dave, your tires are breaking loose. You shouldn't be doing this. And I got pissed off. So I put it in the wood. And then should have been up here in RPMs. I never got there because I wouldn't have needed to be. If everything just went, we'd have been out of the trouble in no time. We'd have melted a little bit of ice. We'd have grabbed a little bit of traction. We'd have backed up. We did not. The truck decides to go all the way down to 900 RPM and idle because, Dave, you shouldn't be driving this fast in these conditions. So I put her in 4 low, because in 4 low, you can actually shut the mother trucker off, okay? Now, you got to hit the button to shut off traction control. You got to hit the button and hold the button to turn off electronic stability control. And that's when it's measuring, pitching you on the whole thing. And then I just slowly backed out of the driveway to get going. And the god dang thing was stuck in 4 low. And you can't be driving to Jasper in 4 low because the roads didn't have no moisture on them.
Yeah.
And what's got me pissed off here is I got a truck and it's got a knob to switch gears. Not only do I not have a clutch and a shift knob, I ain't even got a god dang lever. I got a wheel right here, and then I got some buttons down there that you got to push, and you got to have the brake applied or be in neutral. And I'm just pissed off as shit because somebody
I think it's
somewhere,
just a Dodge thing.
No, bullshit.
Hey, in other news, we got a 2016 Dodge for sale if you're interested. Could be yours.
The old Can-Am, it doesn't really like it. It wants to spin one wheel if I get going too hard, unless I lock into diffs and turn on this and that and the other. And the problem is we're really, really, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. We got to a place where people didn't know how to drive. And to compensate, instead of teaching people how to drive, we said, we'll just let technology not let them get themselves in any trouble. But the fact of the matter is there's plenty of times when all the tires spinning. A little bit of ice, melt the ice. Friction happens. That's like one of them physics things. Like friction happens. I got 33 1250s on that Mama Gemma. I got plenty of surface area to put on the ice. My truck don't know that. And you know what? It tells me anyway, hey, Dave, being a little bit rash here.
So you're telling me you can't hit that traction control button like in
The only way
in burnouts when it's dry?
Hell no. Hell no. So if I turn it off in anything other than 4 low, it'll let you go like 2.5 seconds, and then it just shits the bed and it turns back on. So like when I pull out onto 64 here off of 161 and somebody's coming up kind of quick in the rain, but you got plenty of time,
Oh, yeah.
and you go to get on it, that inside tire spins. So it shuts everything down until both tires have traction. So then you mat it down to try to make up for it, and it doesn't let you. It just goes. and next thing you know, you're about to get run over. You can pull the fuse and have an engine code and do the whole gosh dang thing. I imagine you can buy a programmer, but you can't just like some yuppie up there just decided nobody needs to know how to drive anymore. So
Bunch of pussies.
it just fires me up.
Dodge
and
owners.
I've been real upset about it because I was real happy with my first Dodge. And then the transmission, I just had too many miles.
I'd sell it.
But it's paid for.
Yeah, I'd sell it.
It's just, I need a,
Go get you a Ford.
now Wyatt's truck at 06 F-150 out there, it'll let you do all sorts of dumb shit and just
like
throw
that
metal
old,
parts right through the,
just like that old white rocket out there, buddy. That son of a bitch there. You put
I
that
just
thing in
too much technology is
4WD,
bad.
4WD, and that's a 2014.
Yours?
Yeah.
Really?
The Expedition, that's a 14.
I
And
thought you were talking about the polar bear.
well, no, that's a 2004.
Yours ain't got
Yeah.
all that bullshit on there to,
No,
really?
no. I can hit traction control off and 2-wheel drive and spin the wheels 100 mile an hour if I wanted to.
Dang.
Yeah.
You tried that out yet?
Yeah. Because I asked the kids the other day, I said, hey, you ever backed up going 100 mile an hour? And they're like, what? And I just, I just hammered it. Dad, quit! You know what I mean? They're scared to death. Ellen, they're just big sissies. Max just sits over and shakes his head like, you're a dipshit. You know what I mean? Like, one day, buddy, you'll get there. You know?
Hell yeah.
Well, I was wondering, Dave, you brought up a point about people learn how to drive. This Winter Wonderland we've had is a great opportunity for parents to take their kids out in the snow to learn how to drive on it. It's the only way you're going to learn.
They, friend of the program,
Real good friend, apparently.
he works at a retail establishment over in Jasper. And I noticed on Facebook where he had put like, hey,
I won't call the cops on you.
yeah, like all you donut doers, come on over to this store and whip some shitties. I won't call the cops. Let's see what you got. You know what I mean?
Hell
Stuff
yeah.
like that. Down at the north parking lot of the park, over on the shed, like on the shop side, that
Yeah.
big north parking lot. I mean, it was tore up. Like, yeah, they were down there.
Well, that's good.
Getting
You
at
guys just put that new concrete in. That's good. You know what I mean?
No, the big park down.
Oh.
Down at the big park. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Like,
just aggravated
I think
the hell out of me.
Justine's van is a 15, and it's new enough to where it has that like collision alert system where it'll beep at you. You know what I mean? So like if you're following
Yeah.
somebody too close, it'll beep, 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 or it'll have
And I'm fine with beeps.
shit like that. But the thing that freaking slung me out the most was when we were driving that mom's spaceship van to Indy that day, and it had that fucking lane correction, the lane departure stuff, where you could hit that button and it'll, like when you try to go out of the lane, it'll steer it back over on into the lane, you know?
Now, in the
That's
defense of
wild.
technology, you're exactly who that was built for.
Me?
Yes.
Why?
Because you made me nervous plenty of times. Like, I'm a gawker. I gawk at stuff, but I don't veer near as much as you do.
I am the world's greatest bad driver. Will you
Like,
agree?
you're the greatest at being a bad driver?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think I'm a bad driver?
I think you're great, buddy.
Matt Noblet always swore up and down. He's like, when it comes to doing dumb shit, but like having a blast while driving, he said you're pretty fun to ride with, you know. Stuff like that.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah, piss on all that electronic shit.
Yeah,
I know, and I think like I couldn't imagine what these new cars that like park themselves and the quadra-steer GMCs and like all this weird shit, you know, like the Hummer EVs that
Crab walk.
crab walk to parallel park and stuff like that. I think it's just that's wild. You know what I mean?
No, I haven't seen the video. They don't go 90 degrees, right?
Mm-mm.
I was
It's
going to
like
say, I didn't think
45.
so. Yeah, about 45 is about the best you could do.
Mm.
Maybe 60.
Yeah, I think it was really cool. A friend of ours, their son just started driving, and he drives an '82 square body Chevy,
Yeah.
2-wheel drive, long bed pickup. You know what it's like?
Yeah, he went out to the village the other day, and
Yeah.
Wyatt was telling me he was running into some troubles. There's only one way to get through it. More
You know,
throttle.
but it's like that right there is. That I mean, that hell, I my first car was an '89 Buick LeSabre, buddy.
Mhm.
3.8 liter V6 front wheel drive with freaking
And that 3.8 was an awesome movie.
They're bulletproof. Literally, they were really good. But they the seats on that sandwich look like a recliner, like a lazy boy. You know what I mean? Them big plush pillow top bastards and them things. Yeah.
That was Red Chev was always a comfortable ride.
Bought that car for $1 bill
Attaboy.
from my grandma.
There you go. Hey, it is time for the Merkley and Sons Choice Cut Questions of the Week for the fellows. Brought to you by, that's right, Merkley and Sons.
Listen, January is all about making and likely breaking New Year's resolutions. One New Year's resolution that you won't break is making sure that Merkley & Sons is your family's official provider for quality cuts of meat and other products you need for your family in 2025. Merkley & Sons is right here in our backyard and is a family operation that you know and you trust. Make sure Merkley & Sons is a stop on the shopping list every time you're out getting the groceries. They are the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts for a reason.
All right, fellas. So I totally thought tomorrow was President's Day.
Martin Luther King Day.
That is on me. We found out it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but there is also a presidential inauguration occurring.
Starts at 7 a.m.
Which seems like a long day. So I've got some president-themed questions, even though we don't talk politics until we do. But because I've got my holidays mixed up, because we don't have them off. But anyways, would you rather chop down a cherry tree with George Washington or wrestle with Abraham Lincoln?
I don't know. That big old looking. Go ahead, Dave. You're first.
I'd chop down a cherry tree.
Yep. I'm going to chop some wood.
Here's what I imagined when that question popped up. I think chopping down the cherry tree with George Washington would be like you guys are doing some hood rat shit. Like you got done drinking some bourbon or something.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, let's go chop that tree down out front. And I was like, that's for sure what I'd rather do.
Yeah, and Ichabod Crane looking Abraham Lincoln with his whole Marfan ass and then big old alien gray finger.
Yeah, I don't need him
give me
to,
the ick.
I don't need him to put my head down in my crotch and wait for me to scream uncle.
Scream uncle.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Would you rather deliver the Gettysburg Address or write the Declaration of Independence?
I'm more of a writer than a speaker.
I'm definitely a speaker than a writer.
I would say Gettysburg Address as well. Would you rather join old Teddy Roosevelt on a safari or sail across the Delaware River with Washington?
I'd go with old Teddy.
I like boats.
I think I would go across the Delaware. That seems to be more famous. Would you rather sit front row for JFK's moon speech or FDR's Day of Infamy speech?
Oh, I definitely want to hear about the moon, but the infamy speech was sad, you know. But I mean, so I don't know.
Since I'm not sure we did go to the moon, I'll listen to the infamy speech.
Situational.
I think that it would probably be more from a
Iconic,
historical
yeah.
and iconic perspective to be there for the Day of Infamy speech.
Yep.
Let's see here. A couple more. Would you rather have a pet alligator like John Quincy Adams or a pet goat like Abraham Lincoln?
I'll take the alligator.
I'm taking the gator, man.
Yeah, I think the gator would be a fun thing to
Feed chickens too.
be there. A couple of these get a little bit not going to ask those because we don't. Would you rather be a fly on the wall during the Cuban Missile Crisis or at the Constitutional Convention?
I'd want to be at the Constitutional Convention.
Yeah, me too.
Put me on that $2 bill.
So here's the final one. Would you rather debate Thomas Jefferson on politics or duel Andrew Jackson for fun? Andrew Jackson was involved for a duel.
Like with blanks, maybe.
I'd throw down with Andrew Jackson.
I think it'd be cool to be in a duel. And there we go. That is our Merkley and Sons Choice Cut Questions of the Week for the fellas. Brought to you by Merkley and Sons. It is time for us to take one more trip around the table for some final thoughts, and those are brought to you by Love Excavating.
If you have a driveway that is rock like Esquire's, you know this freeze, thaw, and rain is detrimental to the cause. You know who can help you fix your driveway? Love Excavating. Love Excavating can provide a plan to help redirect water flow down your driveway and put the proper drainage in to help it keep from water collecting. Love Excavating can also smooth out your driveway, haul in gravel that you so desperately need, and make sure that your driveway isn't one that people will complain about. Give them a call today. Your driveway, your spouse, and your guests will all thank you.
All right, Smoke Dragon.
You don't have a whole lot. It's colder than hell would have it here. We're at 7 degrees currently. Getting into butchering season. I've got a few weeks of it coming up. Lots of folks have already had their butchering done, and a lot of other folks got it coming up. So be safe. Don't drink more than your fingers will let your knife hand do.
Big fella.
Yeah.
Yeah, so piggybacking off what Dave said, it's extremely cold outside right now in real time. So, if your pets are outside alone, you should go outside and sleep with them. So keep in mind that they're out there too, and get them spayed and neutered. But other than that, I don't have a lot of stuff to talk about other than this is like the part Casey called it dirty winter. You know what I mean? Like this is the part of winter that everybody hates. This is when the gloom and doom sets in. This is when the shop door needs to be open more than any time it could ever be open.
This is just a wild scene over here.
Yeah.
Justine's laughing. Dre's over there getting his chest scratched. Old Mimi's over there.
Moo
just
Moo Moo.
Oh, Moo Moo
Yeah.
is scratching Dre's chest.
Yeah.
But he looks like he's got zero cares in the world.
No, but
That may
T's
be
and
our
P's.
thumbnail for
T's
the
and
episode.
P's for the Hanner family. Coach Hanner always meant a lot to me. I always liked him. Loved playing for him. Learned a lot from him. He'll definitely dearly be missed. And keep your stick on the ice.
Big thank you to Love Excavating for their support all month long. And, of course, our buddies over there at Merkley and Sons, which obviously we got to do more CB talk. I'm surprised Bradley didn't let me know that sooner. But not a whole lot from my end other than it is that time where we start to get that itch for spring. And we'll be there soon enough. A couple big things Dutchman-wise. When you listen to this on Wednesday, know that we're going to be trying our hand at a little trivia on
That's right.
Saturday.
That's right.
Our three brains with our missus is, and then fourth anonymous couple that'll be joining us. Hopefully you guys are in a better mood than last year because that was
last
brutal.
year sucked.
Yeah,
It was bad.
Yeah, it was great to be around you guys.
Dave was sober and my foot hurt real bad.
Well, David just had cancer ripped off his face, and your foot. Yeah, it was tough, but we'll be out. We'll be.
You remember that goddamn fake, that fake freaking sideburn Jenna showed up with?
Yeah.
Looked like a beaver pelt.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure there's some pictures of it.
We
somewhere.
should get them again.
Yeah. So, anyways, we'll be there. Had a meeting this past Friday. Something very exciting, especially if you're a golfer. Even if you're not a golfer, we got something we've never done before coming out. Hopefully,
Push-ups.
here. Hopefully here soon. And with that, always good to get together with you fellas. Take us on out.
Dutchman out.